crisis about 3 years ago, I couldn't find anybody to help me. And then when I reached out to the crisis number, it took them 45 days to get me in. And it was like, what do I do for 45 days? So therefore, because I couldn't find anything to assist me, I decided to create something. And that's where I came with the idea of this concept. So what it does is it creates that buffer zone from the time that you reach out to the time that you actually get help from the professionals. All right. And so as far as monetizing it, it would be we will operate just like again Facebook, where we're getting money in from for ad space. So it's free to the user. It's free for the veteran to use it, and all our revenue will come off of ad space. Um, how is it different than any other platform? Again, there's no other platform out here that has a panic button that can get you that assistance um, right away from one of your peers, and also simultaneously notifying the crisis lines for the professionals to reach out to you as well. Uh, Customer interface is everybody knows how to use social media network nowadays. So it same style platform at the bottom of the app. It has a button which says Mayday, which is the distress option. Once you hit that Mayday button, what it does, it sends that notification out, kind of like an Amber Alert. I've had one of my users call it a bat signal. It sends that out to all the veterans with a certain mileage they use, location based. So therefore, more rural areas, you can widen your search. Here in
And
Hampton Roads, you could throw a
Jamal,
rock and
that
hit a veteran.
is unfortunately time.
Okay.
I recommend what my recommendation to you, go ahead and send Himalaya the answer to her question in chat and
Yes, sir.
solve it that way.
Okay,
Okay.
great. Thanks, Jamal. Judges, just give me a thumbs up when you're ready to move on to the next pitcher. Carlton's good. Chris is good. Himalaya's good. Okay. Crystal, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Can you hear me?
You go ahead and share your
Okay.
screen, then I'll give you the big intro.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second.
Yeah. Okay, everybody, please welcome Crystal Lugo from B&C's Gloves, LLC.
Thank you. Where grip and scale never fail. As a little girl growing up, I remember my dad taking my brother and I fishing, but he always warned us to be very careful touching fish because they carry a very dangerous bacteria called the fish handler's disease. And if one is touched or pricked by the spikes of the fin, it can cause painful abrasions, just like you see in the picture below. Meet our friend Peter, who also is experiencing these pain points, and that he's frustrated and tired of some of the gloves on the market today don't adequately protect his hands, not to mention using the archaic tool to scale the fish. So we realized that there was a problem and a solution needed to be met. We fused a innovative fishing glove to eliminate the need to hold a fish scaler called the Glove Scaler, the only patented glove, 2-in-1 product, a glove and a fish scaler to quickly grip and handle fish by using your hands, offering a faster and safer solution. The total market comprised of fishing exponentials is $59 billion, but we realize there's a niche market for bait and tackle equipment with the surplus and rising of fish equipment, and we realize that we have a special product that we can deliver to our user. Our pricing structure is simple: $22 wholesale, $49.99. We are making waves in the community by winning pitch competitions, went on Shark Tank, in mentorship programs, and we attended our first trade show, which blew us out of the water, and we landed our first distribution deal, hopefully to be in stores by spring of next year with Walmart. Our competitive advantage over our consumers, our glove is deemed the unicorn glove. It's multifunctional. You're able to grip fish, shrimp, lobster, oysters, you name it. Let the glove scaler do the work. Our go-to-market strategy is very simple. By getting our MVP out circulating, we were able to modify our glove and provide the exact glove that our consumers are wanting. With the trade shows and getting our gloves in small bait and tackle shops, not to mention with the strategic partnerships we're building and utilizing our brand ambassadors will generate more revenues on social media. Our sales cycle is simple. Social media, websites, trade shows, retail connections, international markets. We're raising funds to continue to manufacture our product and get them in the consumer's hands as quickly as possible. Not to mention, we have a dynamic team, the dream team, to make this possible. Grip and scale never fail. Together, we can scale.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. You ready to take some notes from judge questions?
I am.
Oh, perfect. And we're going to start off this time with Carlton.
Yeah, hi, Chris. So I remember this presentation. I think last year you'd also pitched this, and I was very impressed by the product itself. I've actually been trying to look for that season episode on Shark Tank and have not found it yet. So I'll continue to look for that. But my question is, I saw where you had $150,000 that you're, I think, targeting from a fundraising perspective. What I didn't see, and you may have had it on there, but if you can just reiterate, what are your current sales to date from when you actually launched to where you are today, and how do you plan to continue to scale? I saw where you had the partnerships you were trying to develop and the outlets you were trying to get into. I'm just really interested in really the timeline in which you're trying to get into those actual venues.
Okay, next we'll have Himalaya.
Hey, Crystal, can you talk a little bit more about your defensibility in that, like, how are you ensuring that other people can't replicate your product now that you've been successful in creating it?
And finally, Chris.
All right. First of all, memorable presentation from the Startup World Cup.
Thank
Of course,
you.
in virtual settings, you can't quite throw the knife across the room, can you? Anyway, you answered almost every question I had as you were doing your presentation, but I would like to know if you have any plans to expand into other products, and if so, what kind of scale around that? Just fishing, or all types of sports, or what? If you have those plans.
Okay, and Crystal, you have 2 minutes, and Tim will start the clock when you start.
Okay, so yes, to answer the first question with fundraising, yes, we have pre-orders. Actually, our accounts receivable right now since we went to the trade show is over $6,700, and they're continuing to come in almost on a daily basis. We have a strategic partner right now in the Reunion Island, a small bait and tackle shop that purchased 30 units to start just to sample it. And so our expected delivery date we're projecting to be spring of 2025, because most retailers are starting to gear up for the next following year. So they completed their orders already for the calendar year, but we have opened it up to continue to take pre-orders. So that has been a big change since the last 50 MVP that we released last year. As of right now, defensibility, we're fully patented, and our patent is so well protected, and it keeps competitions away in the fact how it was designed, how we have more features on the glove that we can add, but we're not offering it right now. So we have room to scale up with product, and it's not easy to replicate. I can tell you that right now. We've had very challenging with manufacturing because they didn't know how to manufacture the product. So we're working with two that understands it, and the trade secret is what we pride ourselves on, that it's not easily to replicate and to make sure it's quality. We really pride ourselves on quality. And yes, we are definitely going to expand. We have other products we would like to develop. Right now, we're working on this to perfect it so we can get to those other products, such as the kid version of the gloves, because we know kids love to fish and we've had a lot of success with that. Some of our customers are kids. And so we would like to develop a kid brand. And we also like to do fishing poles, innovative fishing poles. We
And
would
that's
like to be
time.
the unicorn.
Okay, thank you. And I'll wait for a thumbs up from the judges. Himalaya is good. Chris is good. And Alexander, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll wait for my final judge. Carlton, are you good? Okay, we're awesome. All right, everybody, please welcome our next pitcher, Alexander Colton from Cosmos Pharmaceuticals Incorporated.
Okay, let's jump in. Cosmos Pharmaceuticals started when me and my college roommate Joe really experienced some devastation during our sophomore year of college. We had two close best friends who both passed away from overdoses of prescription medications and felt so strongly that it was a problem that could be easily solved. It was one of those things where it was that light bulb moment in life where we said, this is something that just shouldn't be able to take place. So we started Cosmos in an effort to manage medication adherence. The real problem we're solving is a lack of communication between the prescribing physician and the patient, where patients sometimes leave with new medications for behavioral health, mental health, and pain medicine without actually understanding what their treatment plan is and when they need to take medications and the risk factors that they face. This results in a catastrophic loss of life every year, upwards of 125,000 lives, and it's a massive, massive industry. And we feel we have a solid solution to fix this problem. So the solution is a device-enabled platform. And our device is a smart prescription pill bottle cap that secures ubiquitously to prescription bottles across any pharmacy. And then what we do is passively collect medication adherence data from the patients, and we send them alerts and reminders in an effort to incentivize better adherence on their end. But more importantly, we set threshold levels of non-adherence and overconsumption with the physicians and allow physicians to compile an adherence report at their request. And when these thresholds are exceeded, we send alerts and reminders both to the physician and the patient to help them better understand how they can care for that patient and provide a better treatment plan. And overall, I think the quality of the device is most important in allowing us to do this. Our device is patented. It uses a fingerprint sensor to secure medication to an individual user. That prescribed patient can add on their care ecosystem, mom, dad, brother, sister, whatever it may be. And then we have an internal sensor array that allows us to track how many pills a patient takes at each dosing event. And that dosing event quantity is the defining factor of why Cosmos will be successful. It allows us to do a lot of really cool things. So for instance, we did conduct a 10-patient pilot program with New Hope. It's a pain medicine clinic, and it allowed us to see if patients are over-consuming medications on a daily basis, or if they're taking medications in a way that is outside their prescribed treatment plan. So as we move forward, I did want to note we did win Most Investable Startup recognition from Life Science Nation recently through an accelerator program we finished up. And we do have, agreements in place right now with 3 health systems to conduct clinical trials starting next year. Overall, the last thing I'd like to touch on is I think we've assembled a phenomenal team to make this happen. And when it comes to our IP protection, I won't lie, it could be possible that a company develops another cap. However, the real secret sauce we have is the counting of pills, and that is unique to Cosmos and our proprietary information. And I think we're well suited to succeed.
And that's time.
Okay, thank you. You have something to capture some questions
Yes,
from
sir.
judges? Perfect. And we're going to start this time with Himalaya.
Okay, perfect. Great pitch. Can you talk through a little bit more about like the clinical trials and what that looks like from, the development of that into commercialization?
And next, Chris.
So are there ways around this? In other words, can you just take the whole top off, or, is it sort of a degree of self-imposed discipline on the part of your end users? And along with that, who are your actual customers? Will it be health systems? Will it be individual people? And what will your sales channel be?
And Carlton.
All right, and the only question I have, great presentation. very interesting concept. Hadn't thought about that one before. Is whether or not, if you can just clarify for me, if are the pills being distributed by the pharmacist in this capsule so that that's the only way that they're receiving this, or you're leaving it up to them to put it into this biometric device themselves and are using kind of a trust method? Because I think that would just help clarify for me just how secure this whole process is. So thank you for that.
Okay. Let's go through this. Himalaya, when we think about the clinical trials, there's two sides of it. One is human factors. So is the device easily usable by patients? Do they enjoy using it? Did it feel over controlling or anything like that? And I feel confident we'll pass human factors. The other side is an HEOR analysis. So we have metrics of success we must reach. And in doing so, it'll allow us to determine the healthcare and cost-saving benefits of the device. And so our trial documents are worded such that if we succeed on the metrics of success, we will be adopted in a commercialized capacity. In terms of the customers and sales channel and ways around the device, we built a device to be tamper evident. Nothing is indestructible. So the way we looked at it is if we can know in real time that a patient has manipulated the device outside of opening it, that's going to be an issue and we'll alert that immediately. And in terms of the customers, we sell directly to health systems. Now that's a broad ranging topic. We offer a reimbursement package to health systems and we sell a licensing model as well. So it's really dependent on how our customer wants to work with us. And in terms of the distribution, we only work with early stage customers that have a pharmacy, prescribing physician, and patient in the same building. So veteran affairs, hospital networks where the ER has a hospital pharmacy. And as we grow, we look to be adopted by retail pharmacy, but it'll never allow the patient to scheme the system, so to speak, where we would ship them a device and they would be like, all right, I'm scheming the system. That doesn't happen. It always happens so that they scan their fingerprint, become the authorized user, and then from there it's passive data collection and we know when they take their medications and how many pills they take. I don't know. I'm giving a thumbs up.
I'm sorry. You're good.
Okay.
I was muted.
Yep. Is that 2 minutes, Tim?
That is 2 minutes.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, thanks. I'll wait to get a thumbs up from the judges. Chris, Himalaya, Carlton. Okay. So, Jaquela, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready. Let me share my screen.
We'll give you the big intro.
Oh, wait.
There you go. Okay, everybody, please welcome Jaquela Hunter from the Pause Spot.
So imagine this. You and your partner are swamped with work and drowning in deadlines, but your kids are running around the house needing attention. You've got to feed them, bathe them, and make sure that they're safe, which definitely doesn't give you the space to focus. You don't want them glued to a screen and you want them outside unsupervised. You don't want them outside unsupervised. So the stress builds up as you realize you have to choose, be productive or take care of your kids. This is a constant struggle for my husband and me. And we found that we are not alone. According to recent studies, over 70% of working caregivers in the US reported difficulty balancing work and family responsibilities. There's no place where parents can truly focus on their work and or relax without disruption or guilt. And most options for kids are extremely loud and require adult supervision. Parents are constantly torn between the professional obligations and their child's needs. So that's why we created the parents area for unwinding, safety, and entertainment, or the pause spot for short. It's a place where parents can finally find balance. Picture a space that blends a kids' entertainment center like Chuck E. Cheese with a co-working space for parents to focus, a spa-like area for those needing to rest or unwind, and a child drop-in for smaller children. Then, when it's time to come together, a food court with home-cooked meals, which allows families to enjoy quality dinner without the hassle of cooking. Hello, everyone. My name is Jaquela Hunter. I'm a mental wellness and trauma coach, licensed educator, 3-time founder, wife, and mother of 5. Along with my husband, 3-time founder and serial entrepreneur, Thomas Hunter, we are the founders of The Pause Spot, a solution that was born out of our experiences as a busy parents who are faced with the challenges of juggling our family. The Pause Spot taps into 4 major profitable sectors. Our innovative hybrid approach to family balance is designed to target busy parents or caregivers, particularly those who are professionals that want a safe space for their kids while they work or recharge. And with over 50,000 families in the Hampton Roads area with school-age children, this is great room to grow. We're one of a kind. While businesses like Apex and Chick-fil-A offer entertainment for kids, none combine co-working spaces, relaxation areas, and safe supervision for kids all in one space. Also, traditional daycares don't cater to parents who want to stay on site and be productive. Our revenue model is similar to those of gyms, where we offer passes starting at hourly and all the way up to annually. So we also can generate revenue from food sales and optional spa services. Similar to trampoline parks, though, parents will have to sign a waiver. So the Pause Spot gives parents something that they rarely experience, a peace of mind, no more having to choose. We're looking for a perfect score from the judges and investors and families yearning to balance where everyone wins. Thank you.
And that's time.
Okay, thanks. And got something to capture some questions from judges.
Yes, give me one moment. Okay.
Yep. And we're going to start with Chris this time.
All right, great pitch. I love this concept.
Thank you.
You're on target on a couple of big ways right now. Third spaces are like the thing right now. Also, childcare is a big issue with workforce implications and extreme lack of availability. Of course, part of the reason for that is there are regulatory concerns. These are low margin businesses. You really have to have a heart for it. They're high overhead. So, concepts like this that are going to have to start localized in order to be, scalable, you got to have a scaling plan for it. You got to have multiple locations. I'm assuming that might be what you're thinking about eventually. So can you please address your plan for scaling and how have you thought about, the issue of the margins and regulatory concerns?
And next, Carlton.
Yeah, along those same lines, a great presentation too. A very interesting concept as well. I'm interested more in the revenue model. I think you mentioned something along the lines of the subscription service, maybe. What are the numbers that you're looking at, and how would somebody subscribe or participate in the services that you'll be providing? Will it be carte blanche? Will they be able to pick and choose? And are there different prices associated with that? So I'm really just interested in how you plan to price the services you're offering.
And finally, Himalaya.
Hey there. Could you talk to us a little bit more about your customer conversion strategies, the outreach, recruitment, as well as the retention strategies?
And you'll have 2 minutes when you start to answer.
Can Himalaya say her question one more time?
Yeah, absolutely. How do you plan on getting the word out to parents to be able to convert them to customers? And how do you plan on retaining them as customers?
Okay.
Thank you.
So as far as scaling, what we tend to do is we tend to outsource these things. So we tend to reach out to daycares maybe that are struggling, meaning that we'll already have a client base. We can actually have those daycare providers or those people come into us and kind of do a partnership whereby they are providing the services and we're providing the overhead option. Also, as far as the food court area, restaurants maybe that are struggling to keep their places open, they can come into our place and we can do a partnership that way, being that we have the clientele. We do have a hybrid model. And as I explained, the pricing point will be from an hourly basis to a daily. You can get an hourly pass, an hour pass, a day pass, weekly pass, monthly, quarterly, or annually, similar as you do a gym membership. And so again, the price point is just going to be comparable to, we haven't really gotten the exact numbers, but it's going to be comparable in comparison to what you want. So let's say you want to get your childcare provided, but then you also want to get meals added to that. And so it's going to be inclusive. And so it is going to be a hybrid model, but similar. Just think about it like if you get a gym membership. And as far as customer conversion and marketing retention, obviously Facebook groups is going to be our main place for reaching out to customers. Being that my husband and I already have other businesses established, we already have other parents and clients who we have the same problems as us. But we also are going to reach out to local churches and local daycare providers to ensure that the word of mouth goes. When there's a fun place for kids, it's not hard to get the word out.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Wait to get a thumbs up from the judges. And just checking, is Catherine ready to go?
Yep, I'm
Okay,
ready.
don't share yet. I got
Oh, okay.
Himalaya's a yes, Carlton's a yes, and Chris is great. Go ahead and share your screen. Okay, everyone, please welcome Catherine Rebeck from Seed Sisters LLC.
Every month without fail, I watch many of my friends and sisters become shells of their typical joyful shelves because of the pain that they're in from their PMS. And it's to the point where they have to hide away from the world for a day or two and just curl up in a ball. And a guy said to me the other day, he felt like he was suffering from secondhand PMS because his girlfriend was having a rough couple of days. But I really think it rings true because when your loved ones are unhappy, you're unhappy. And I don't want my loved ones to be hiding away from the world due to a natural part of being a woman. And that's why Seed Sisters was born. According to the NIH, over 90% of women experience PMS symptoms. And through my own customer discovery survey of 167 women, over 85% experienced abdominal cramps, over 80% felt bloating, and over 75% noted irritability and mood swings. The vast majority of these women all resort to different medications and at least have 3 different symptoms. The problem is that the standard medications like hormonal birth control and pain meds, they're doing far more harm than good in the long run. And that's why Seed Sisters was born, to get to the root of the problem in a risk-free, easy way. Seed Sisters is the first bite-sized snack that holds all the essential nutrients necessary to easily practice seed cycling daily. And it's filled with tasty dates and cacao or cinnamon. It's also the only vegan, gluten-free, paleo, and nut-free product available. It's like a little sweet treat with only 100 calories. Seed cycling comes from the Ayurvedic practice of eating 4 different seeds every month, which help balance women's hormones by providing essential nutrients that they're lacking at certain times in the month. And it can help from first menses all the way through menopause. Seed Sisters bars are sold in 28-day subscription boxes with 14 phase 1 bars and 14 phase 2 bars, and they're shipped to customers so they never miss a day of seed cycling. My name is Catherine Reback, and I'm the founder of Seed Sisters and a student at William & Mary. I'm a certified yoga teacher, and my mom is an incredibly passionate nutritional therapy practitioner, and I have 3 sisters. Seed Sisters is the right product at the right time to serve a potentially massive market, possibly half the world's population. But to start off, we've had a 15-person paying customers pilot test, and it's wrapped up with multiple women experiencing their time using seeds, just like you can see on the slide here. And at the moment, I'm looking for expertise in supply chain and bringing a product to market and maybe an internship in organic foods. And to keep the progress rolling, I need your vote, and I hope I've earned it here today. My sisters and I have been seed cycling for the last year, and we feel much better. I no longer feel like a gremlin monthly. We love it. We think you will too. And so next time you or one of your loved ones' hormones are spiraling out of control, make sure to tell them you need some seeds, period. Thank you.
That's time.
Okay, thank you. You ready to capture some questions from the judges?
Yep, I got my pen.
Okay, we're going to start this time with Carlton.
Yeah, a great presentation. I think you may be able to save some relationships here. So the question I have for you is really along pricing. I know you said this will be a 28-day subscription model, and this will ensure that people won't miss their seed cycling. What is the cost associated with that, and how do you plan to, I guess, retain over time? People will either like it or they won't. But I'm really interested in the cost and what your projections are for the next year.
And Himalaya next.
Okay, thank you so much. Catherine, can you talk to us about what it will take from where you are right now in terms of the development all the way until it gets into the hands of customers?
And finally, Chris.
Okay, great job. A few questions, pick and choose. But is there any competition? And I'm not referring to pharmaceuticals, just around this kind of product already. How are you making them right now? And what kind of investment are you looking for? And for what?
And you have 2 minutes whenever you start.
Okay, So starting with the 28-day subscription. So seed cycling is always in a 28-day pattern since that's the natural cycle. And so I've been doing the interviews after doing that first pilot test right now and kind of trying to see what people think is the acceptable price. And it definitely is ranging based on the age group. So I'm trying to figure out right now what that would be. But I think down the line, when you look at other subscription, like the competition I was going to talk about later, but there's certain people just selling ground seeds and they're selling for 28-day subscriptions of somewhere from $40 to $60 a month of just ground seeds in a bag. And then I think a lot about the other subscription models like Athletic Greens, and they're 85, 90 a month for a 30-day subscription. So at the moment I am trying to see what exactly is the value and what will the pricing come out to be. Obviously right now I'm not paying for labor, so our cost is much lower just to go. So for the first round, women paid $40 a month for each of the set of 28 bars, and that still kept us ahead and we made profit off of that. And then from now to full-blown customers, I'm trying to figure out how to do online sales at the moment, and getting our house certified by VDEC so I can do online sales. Or apparently you can buy a shack in West Virginia and just start doing sales immediately, but we'll see how that works out. But I do have a wait list of people that have been trying to purchase the bars for a while, so that's great. So when it is time and the bars are being shelf tested, they actually just got shelf tested out in Washington State for moisture and everything. So we're working on the packaging that would be best when I do start mailing them out to people. So it's a bit more professional. And then for the competition, so as I said, there's a couple of people out there that are just selling bags of ground seeds and they tell women to figure out how to add those seeds into their diet. And that's something that I did. I never bought it from those people, but I found it was just horribly challenging and it tasted really bad. Like I threw up my oatmeal one day after I put the seeds in it.
And that's time.
But yes.
Okay, thank you. So judges will give you a second, just give me a thumbs up. And for everybody else, when the judges have said they're okay, so Carlton's good, Himalaya's good, and Chris is good. So let's take a quick break. I have 6:44 right now. We will come back at 6:50. And we will be starting with Chris Holloway. All right, see y'all in 6 minutes. And welcome back, everybody. We're ready to get started with our second half. And so we'll be starting with Chris Holloway. Chris, are you there? And you ready to roll?
Yes, sir.
You go ahead and share your screen. We have all our judges
right.
back. I think we do 1, 2, 3. Yep, we do. Okay, everybody, please welcome Chris Holloway from Music Melee.
Am I muted? I'm good.
You're good.
All right. Now, doesn't that just make you feel alive? Think about the last time you heard a song that lifted your spirits, or look back at a moment that makes you feel brighter. Music does that. It invokes emotions. It invokes emotions and brings us joy, connects us to others in a profound way. People are lonelier than ever. And in 2024, nearly 1 in 4 Americans reported feeling isolated. And we want to fix that. In a digital age, it's becoming increasingly difficult to forge authentic connections that go beyond the screen. While social media and television dominate our free time, they often leave us feeling emotionally unfulfilled. Trivia games challenge our knowledge, and strategy tests our skills. But how many games tap into the life stories and emotions? Music has the power to do that. That's where Music Melee comes in. Music Melee is a card party game that takes you on a shared musical experience. Players compete to find songs from the music libraries based on prompts and themes and situations, creating unforgettable memories and playlists. Whether it's a song that makes you laugh, cry, or reminisce, Music Melee turns personal music into deeper connections. Hi, I'm Chris Holloway. Oh, excuse me. What makes us different? Well, we're not just creating a competitive party game. We're using music to create experiences where everyone can share a piece of themselves. Each round is unique because everyone's song is unique. No two games are ever the same. These connections will continue to grow and evolve no matter the location with the launch of our mobile app as well. Hi, I'm Chris Holloway, the driving force behind Music Melee. With 2 startups under my belt, I've seen the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, but it's my passion in creating meaningful experiences, my love of music, and love of game nights that led me to create Music Melee. And for our team, Catherine, Julian, our expert game design consultant. And together we built a game that taps into the most universal language, music. Our playtests have been resoundingly successful, filled with laughter, emotion, and excitement. And when we discovered a unique niche that captures casual gamers, music lovers, and individuals seeking new ways to connect with their friends. The intersection of communities are hungry for fresh experiences that combine entertainment, competition, and the love of music by offering a fun and engaging experience. We're penetrating into a massive market that has 616 million music streaming subscribers. Thank you for your time, Music Melee, where music meets memories. Oh, sorry, I did not move that.
All right, that's time. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. You ready to capture some questions from judges?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to start this time with Himalaya.
Okay, perfect. Could you walk us through a sample user experience from like when they log on to completion?
And then Chris.
Okay, yeah, I had a similar question about the object of the game and really how it's played, just out of curiosity, because I think it sounds cool. But from a business perspective, what are your planned sales channels, and what are your plans for production of this? Is it all digital, or is there a physical product component, and how are you manufacturing?
And then Carlton.
Yeah, along the lines of what Chris just asked, how do you plan to market it, and what are your price points for the game? And I believe you also mentioned a mobile version of the product as well.
And you have 2 minutes once you get started. Tim will let you know when time's up.
Yeah, so we actually have a physical product right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Sorry, it's coming in pretty blurry there. I'm taking it back. So we actually have a physical card game. So that's actually how we're getting to our consumers. We're launching a Kickstarter campaign in spring of 2025, and the way we're going about marketing is I'm actually having a play testing events and actually like those mini desk type concerts, and actually my parents' backyard. So the focus is building the community first, and then launching the game. So the game is already ready and done. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but these are actually like, it's coming out weird, but these are actually the cards, and this is actually the box. And in terms of manufacturing, I don't know if you guys lost me, but I'll keep going. In terms of manufacturing, we are working with Panda, who is a game manufacturer. And in terms of time and the way it'll probably take 3 to 4 months. But everything's ready to go in terms of art, in terms of social media. We're ready. So we're just launching in a very organic standpoint, not just saying, hey, we have a great game. We're really focused on building a community of connection.
All right.
Okay, thank you. I'll wait for a thumbs up from the judges. And Jara, are you ready? Okay, don't share your screen yet. So I got a thumbs up from Himalaya and Carlton and Chris. Okay, you can go ahead and share your screen.
All right, I'm unmuted. Sharing the screen. There we go.
There you go, everybody. Please welcome Jara Clark from Fit Goddess Tribe, LLC.
Awesome, awesome. So for some, we would like to believe that school life, whether it's K-12, college, or even adult education, is a place of learning, joy, and curiosity. However, 77% of teachers and 80% of students report feeling stressed. And we all know what stress can do to humans at all levels. Research suggests that stress is contagious and might be taking place in the classroom among students and their teachers for simple reasons like lack of time to meet admin requirements. As a mother of two, we created Fit Guys Tribe as a response. Our objective, to provide hybrid holistic health and wellness platform that caters to students, teachers, and families across all levels, whether it be elementary, high school, or the university. Studies show that yoga can reduce stress by 20%. Dance can reduce mood or improve mood by 30%. Holistic therapies can cut out depression by 50%, and the list goes on. These methods significantly boost mental well-being and resilience for both students and teachers. And since 2020, Fit Guys Tribe has been taking the 757 by storm through collaborations, workshops, and demos at local K-12 schools and universities. We've already presented some paid and exploratory demos at elementary schools in Newport News and Norfolk, and we've been requested so far to present proposals for services to colleges like you see on the screen, offering both virtual and in-person options for faculty, staff, and students. I'm Jara Clark, the founder of Fit Guys Tribe, and I earned my degree from Norfolk State in psychology back in 2010. I also hold certifications as a personal trainer, a yoga instructor, and a human movement specialist. My personal journey of overcoming childhood trauma and mental health challenges inspired me to use my degree to reconnect my mind, body, and soul. And then my experience as a tutor in Newport News Public Schools revealed the deep impact of stress and the need for better resources. We have a dedicated team of talented staff, and we have innovative ideas to grow, expand, and make a lasting impact. As we continue to train our instructors, we are building a comprehensive curriculum that's designed to be implemented in future required coursework. Our goal is to provide holistic wellness education that not only supports current needs, but also becomes an integral part of long-term student and teacher development. At Fit Guys Tribe, we believe that when students, teachers, and families work together on their well-being, the whole community thrives. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you. You can unshare your screen.
Yes.
And ready to take some questions?
I am. My screen is not ready to unshare though.
Tim can probably help you out if you need to.
There we go.
Okay, so you got something to capture some questions?
Yes, indeed.
All right, we're going to start this time with Chris.
All right. Love the passion behind your personal mission. I think that is really awesome. So quick question just to clarify, is this ultimately supposed to be kind of a brick and mortar location, or is your model around going into schools or other places where you can deliver these services? Are there plans to scale that? In other words, are you creating programs where you want to expand those who might be qualified or licensed to teach your programs? And are you pitching because you're seeking some kind of investment, and what would that be used for?
And Carlton, next.
Yeah, hi, Jara. The question I have is just really to help me better understand your offerings. And I saw the list there on your slide, but can you provide the list of services that you offer to NSU and NOVA and the other institutions that you listed?
And Aaron.
Yes, and Jarman, thank you so much for the presentation and for what you're doing in the community. I would like to learn more about the level of the level of professionalism amongst the team in the health space. What value are they adding in the parameters of the health industry and the solution you're providing? And I'd also like, excuse me, and I'd also like to learn what did you learn from the demos with the higher ed institutions?
Okay, so you'll have 2 minutes when you start answering, and Tim will let you know when your time is up.
Awesome. So ideally, we've done both. We would like to do a brick and mortar with a hybrid option. Because of COVID, we would love to offer a platform where our instructors can come into a space, teach a class, and not necessarily have to interact with all the people for the safety of themselves, their family, and the people that they're trying to teach. However, we also want to be able to go into schools like we have been doing. So ideally, that's the hybrid idea. To expand, we are training our instructors in a certain way. So I've just recently gotten my youth mental health first aider. We're requiring that of all our instructors because we are dealing with trauma and holistic generational things. We want to make sure that we are leading in that way. We are pitching to invest. So we want to help build this platform. Anytime we're pitching, we're looking for funds for two things. One, for our website development, and then two, for this medical grade scale that when we bring people in person, it will allow us to see them in a different way, to really help them understand why they aren't treating themselves with the love and respect that gets them to this sustainable, optimal life. Carlton, the listed offerings. So far we have done mindfulness, meditation, and yoga for, that's our request from Norfolk State, NOVA, and VCC. Norfolk State has also requested that whole screen that you saw. Those are our offerings to them to give them a variety based off of the instructors that we currently have. As to the level of professionalism, all of our instructors right now are certified in their own holistic practice. So on staff, we currently have a body movement specialist. She also does color therapy. We have a personal trainer, myself, and then yoga instructor. So we do a lot of similar things, but we're all certified in what we do.
And that's time.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll wait for a thumbs up from the judges. And next, Yasmin, are you next? You ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, got a thumbs up from Chris, from Carlton, and
Aaron had his up.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So Aaron, are you ready? Oh, perfect. Okay, you can go ahead and share your screen, Yasmin. So everybody, please welcome Yasmin Johnson from Style Magnet.
All right. Imagine preparing for a high-profile event, only to find that the clothes you ordered online don't fit or look as good as they did on the models. Your closet feels empty, and the thought of navigating endless options online and finding something new last minute only adds to your stress. You need an outfit that fits well and makes you feel confident without the hassle. Meet Kristen, a high-achieving career woman who often finds herself in this predicament. She loves the idea of looking stylish, but lacks the time to search endlessly for clothing that fits both her preferences and her body shape. But she is not the only one. Busy professional women in the US are spending over $200 million annually on poorly fitting clothing, resulting in wasted time, frequent returns, and unpleasant emotional experiences with their body image. This is where Style Magnet comes in, taking the guesswork and frustrations out of shopping online for fashion by matching our users to outfit recommendations based on their body shape, measurements, and style preferences. We offer our users a simple, personalized experience to shop for their apparel needs. For Kristen, we start by collecting her fit details, including her body shape and measurements. Powered by AI-driven algorithms, we assess each garment's attributes to create complementary outfit pairings for different body types, then match Kristen with personalized outfit recommendations based on her body shape and evolving style preferences. Finally, we give Kristen the flexibility to shop directly from retailers or request our personal shopper service. Think Instacart for fashion e-commerce. Our shoppers handle the entire process, from purchasing and finding substitutes to applying discounts and managing pickups for returns on Kristen's behalf. Style Magnet benefits Kristen and many women like her who value convenience, quality, and style. They need outfits for the dynamic needs of their lives and seek a personalized experience that saves them time. Hi, I'm Yasmin, the founder and CEO of Style Magnet, and my mission is to revolutionize the fashion e-commerce experience by making it more accessible, inclusive, and efficient. With over 10 years of experience in fashion retail, a master's in integrated design, business, and technology, and deep insights from experiences with my clients as a personal stylist, I'm uniquely positioned to lead Style Magnet to stand out in the $70 billion online fashion retail market for women. Unlike our competitors, Style Magnet combines advanced algorithms, stylist expertise to match body shapes to clothing across multiple retailers. This approach keeps us on trend, avoids unsold stock issues, and ensures our recommendations are always tailored to each user's unique fit and preferences. Style Magnet is not just a fashion platform. It's a commitment to empowering women to confidently embrace their unique style and body shape. If you or a woman you know could benefit, scan the QR code and join Style Magnet today. Thank you.
That's time. Perfect
Okay,
timing.
thank you. You want to go ahead and unshare your screen, and you're ready to take some questions from the judges.
Okay. Sure. Yes.
You ready to go?
Yes.
We're going to start with Carlton this time.
Yeah, hi, Yasmin. Great presentation. I know that there are other services, and you kind of listed some of them on your slide deck. What is your revenue model, and how do you plan to generate income? Is it based off of them using your services? Is it based off of profit from the products that they purchase? If you can just add some additional clarification and insight from me on your revenue model, I'd appreciate it.
Next, Aaron.
Yes, thank you so much for the presentation. I'm really curious about what efforts you are undertaking to make sure that other competitors or even larger retail stores can't move into this space and duplicate your value add.
And Chris.
All right, great job. And as usual, a few questions, so pick and choose. So how do you actually obtain the measurements and style preferences? Do you have any kind of tech or app that can actually measure people for them, like using their phone or the LiDAR on their iPhone or whatever? And let's see, how would you compile the sizing and style data from the retailers that you connect your customers to? So how can you gather mass data about all of these garments from the different retailers that you're connecting your customers to? Then my third question was the revenue, which has already been asked about.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes when you get started, and Tim will let you know when your time's up.
All right, thank you for your questions. To tackle revenue model, so we're generating revenue in a couple of different ways. So we have partnerships where we can get affiliate commission. So if a user goes or customer goes directly to the retailer's website, once they pick their clothing that they are recommended, we would get a commission-based income from that. But the main way in which we are building our model, our revenue stream model, is around doing a shopping fee. So everything that they purchase, if they utilize a personal shopper, just like Instacart, we would take a fee on top of that for doing all of the services of shopping on their behalf, finding discounts, as well as substitutes and managing the pickups for returns. that would be a fee based on the cost of their clothing that they purchase. And then we're moving into a subscription model that will have additional value for our subscribers. And then as a benefit, we'll reduce the shopping fee for whatever they purchase. In terms of efforts to prevent other competitors, I think where our strength is and where our secret sauce is the way in which we collect this data and refine the ways in which we are making these recommendations. So we're learning as we go. So as a stylist, I have data and information in which I create those recommendations for people. And then from there, as we learn more, we have specific information about the people and how they engage. And this kind of leads into the style preferences and how we're obtaining measurements. So as of right now, women are giving us their information in terms of their measurements, so they would have to measure themselves. We would love to move into a space where we can do digital measurements, making it very easy for women and taking a little more of the error out of measurements. And then as they engage with our platform, we learn more about their style preferences. So ultimately, the more engaged we have, the more users we have, the more we learn about people's preferences, and then we can tailor our platform to make us unique.
Time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'll get a thumbs up from the judges. And don't share your screen yet, but Tori, are you ready? Got it. Got Carlton. Aaron, are you good? And Chris is good. Awesome. You can go ahead and share your screen, Tori. All right, everybody, please welcome our next pitcher, Tori Butler from Scribble.
One day, you'll tell the story of how you overcame everything that you've been through, and then it'll become someone else's survival guide. But that won't happen if death is the first person to hear your story. In today's book publishing world, many talented voices are silenced because they lack the adequate means to where their voice can be heard and appreciated, and that directly contributes to the social, economic, mental health, and educational hardships that plague us today. Specifically, the complexity and cost of publishing, the low earnings and royalties, and the lack of access and diversities are what authors and their stories face each and every day. But I have great news. I introduced Scribble, an inclusive, user-friendly social platform where authors can write, publish, and market their books, connect directly with readers, all within a supportive community. With our AI-powered tools and comprehensive literary support, we will positively contribute to story empowerment, cultural diversity, mental health, and education. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tori C. Butler, and I'm the founder of Scribble, also an author. Aspiring, independent, and emerging authors, as well as avid readers, are our target market in the vastly growing book publishing industry, which last year was a $28.1 billion value market in the US alone. Since our MVP launch in July 2023, we've grown to over 16,000 users with 0% churn rate. We currently have 10 active strategic partnerships with publishing companies, and we constantly identify and partner with key players within the industry. We acquire 20 to 60 users daily and 1 to 4 new subscribers monthly. We offer 2 subscriptions with our MVP with currently 99 subscribers. Once we go into product development, we'll expand our B2B revenue sharing models as well as our B2C services. With our highly experienced and talented team that's comprised of industry experts, authors, readers, and our folks in tech, we're ready to scale and take this to the next level and bring forth the necessary change. So now your story will become someone's survival guide because Scribble helped you tell it while you were here. Join us on the journey of empowerment and inclusion as we revolutionize the book publishing industry. Thank you.
Tori C., you have 19 seconds. I would flip through your slides super quick if you wanted to. There you go. And that's time.
Okay, thanks, Tori. You ready to capture, if you want to unshare your screen, you ready to capture some questions from the judges?
Let's do it.
Okay, we're going to start with Aaron.
Yes, so I'm actually really interested in the client acquisition process. So if you could walk us through that, that'd be super helpful. Thank you.
And next we have Chris.
Okay, great presentation. Access to publishing is a tough nut to crack. So noble effort here. And I love the community aspect of this idea. I think you're onto something there. So I'd love to hear more about the strategic partnerships that you have with publishers, what that looks like, and how you make money with it. And also, is this digital publishing, physical publishing, or both?
And finally, Carlton.
Chris took my question. So, so yeah,
Sorry about
I'm
that.
really interested. No, this is all good. Really interested in the partnerships. I know you said you had a good number there, and yeah, just really, what are you getting out of the partnerships? What are they getting out of you? How are those partnerships helping to promote what you do?
Okay, Tori, you have 2 minutes, and Tim will let you know when your time's up.
Okay. So I'm a reverse order and I'm gonna hit every wicket. So how the partnership help us? So what ends up happening in the publishing process, a lot of people are scammed as they fall into different scams and traps of people or companies trying to take their money with no or minimum ROI. So what we do, we vet the companies, the publishing companies, and publishing, that's a range of not just publishing like getting your book out of there. That means your cover design, your book formatting, the proofreading, everything that encompasses all the way into publishing. We vet those sources, bring it to our marketplace as vetted sources, trusted sources for our users to then use those services. So they come to our marketplace. So, and through that, we create a revenue sharing model. So for the services that those publishing companies on our marketplace provide our users, we take a percentage of that as well too. Right now, we're focused on digital publishing, and that's where the vast trend is. But eventually, we'll switch over to print as well as audio. And then how we acquire clients, community. That is a huge anchor for us. So what we do is we find our authors, we find our readers inside of social media. So we're using hashtags, we're going inside of Facebook groups, LinkedIn, Threads, everywhere that the readers are, and we're creating those partnerships with the bookstagrammers, with the more high-level authors, as well as the small and medium-sized authors as well too. So that's strategically, that's how we're going to get those people and bringing them to the platform.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tori. Our next, I'll wait for a thumbs up from the judges. And Tamika, are you ready to go when the judges give me a thumbs up? Awesome. Chris is good. Carlton's good. Aaron's good. Okay, we're ready for our final speaker, final presenter. Everybody, you go ahead and share your screen, Tamika, if you want. Okay, everybody, please welcome Tamika Christine from Cart Brunch.
Hi, my name is Chef Tamika Christine, and I have the cure for world hunger. Just kidding. I just cure hunger pangs. My company, Cart Brunch, curates unique dope brunch experiences for people to socialize safely. We began with a pop-up model at businesses, and at the onset of the pandemic, we switched to solely delivery to allow families to celebrate with distance. Over the last 4 years, we've perfected our catering and event models to include brunch karaoke, brunch boat pop-ups, and even a full retail product line. Recently, we were presented with the opportunity to own and renovate our own mobile eatery, which we would be calling the Brunch Bus. We are seeking funding to renovate the bus. The Brunch Bus is an innovative brunch experience which provides a 2-hour city tour, including an amazing 3-course brunch, music, games, and more. Revenue from the bus will give us an additional $33,000 annually, adding to our sustainability of business and allowing us the ability to capitalize on our niche market. So I just want to kind of flip through really quick our value proposition, and just kind of gives you an idea of our target market: women ages 35 to 51, classy and enjoyable brunch experiences. These are some of our strategic and standing models that we already have: our pop-ups, we have a brunch camp for children, bus tours, brunch boards, and charcuterie. So it just kind of gives you an idea of the goals, what we're on track for, what we've already done, and basically how we retain our customers. It includes our P&L and our supporting projects, just to give you an idea of how we intend to get to that goal.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks. And we're going to start this, ready to capture some questions from the judges. Y'all ready? You probably want to unmute. There you go. And we're going to start this time with Chris.
Okay. Thank you so much. Nice job. So, kind of like I've asked for a couple of other of these niche type businesses, high growth investors who are attending pitch competitions like this are looking for scalability. So I love the idea of the brunch bus. I think it's great. I would love to be your customer. But if I'm investing, I want to know, how are you going to have 100 buses? How are we going to have multiple buses in every city across America? So that is where you should focus your pitch, if that is your actual vision. Just saying. So keep these high growth investors in mind as you're making your pitch. So I guess the question there is, what is your plan for scalability?
And Carlton next.
Yeah, good presentation, Tamika. Very interesting concept about a brunch bus. What I'm interested in is your target market. I believe you said you're targeting women 35 to 51 or somewhere around there. I'm curious as to why you're limiting it, or why you're focusing on that particular target market versus opening it up to anyone that's really interested in it. That's just kind of, yeah, really interested in why that specific market.
And finally, Aaron.
Yes, thank you so much for your time and the presentation. How much does the bus cost is my first question. How have you confirmed interest among your target market? And, similar to Chris, I was thinking about scalability, but also exitability. How are you thinking about aligning, your company with, potential buyers and acquirers?
Okay, so you have 2 minutes. Tim will let you know when your time's up, and it begins when you start speaking.
Okay, thank you for the question. So, Chris, I want to address scalability. So, we're starting off with our model. Our first bus is going to be basically for the Hampton Roads area. We do branch out to DC. So our main goal is to continue to grow. We want to start this bus, and then by next year, we plan to be in the DC area. That is our next metro market. After that, we plan to try to tackle New Jersey. We do have some partners in place that are going to help us with driving and making sure that we have everything, and so that the model doesn't lose basically consistency. Our target market is women ages 35 to 51 of medium income, because we've proven that those are the people that kind of participate in our brunch experiences. We've been doing this for almost 5 years, and those are the people that contribute the most. Those are the ones that want social events, that want brunch, and have the market for it. We are open to everybody, but that is our niche market. The bus cost, we purchased our bus for $3,000. It's going to cost under $7,000 for us to finish renovating it. Confirmed interest, we were already doing the model. We were just renting a bus from a bus company. But when we do that, every time it costs us about $600 just for the rental for 4 hours. So us owning our own bus not only cuts the cost, but allows us profitability and the ability to scale faster, because we don't have to continue renting. Oh, sorry, exitability. Align with potential acquirers. We make sure that we have, a market share, so that people can not only get their money back, but if they see a future not only in our retail line, but as well as the bus line, then they can go ahead and project that for future income. So we have a full packet that they would have to show them how they can get their money back and how they can invest it.
And that's time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll wait to see, I get thumbs up from the judges. Carlton's good, Chris is good, and Aaron's good. Okay, so judges, this is where you all get to go into your own meeting room, and you get to deliberate while everyone else here gets really nervous.
Those links should be in your chat.
Did you find it, Aaron and Carlton? Yep, there they go. I think they are all gone. And here we are.
All right, I'm going to hit record on my end. Cool. We'll piece those two together. I would hate for us to not have the big reveal recorded. That would be unfortunate. Nice job, everybody. Really, really super proud of you all. And I'm glad that I'm not in the judges' room. I'm too emotionally attached to you all when it comes to Pitch Perfect and working with you all in some form or fashion. This is the beginning of the journey, so that you're all aware. This is a validation platform. So it's not technology specific. It's not any vertical that we're going for. This is a place to validate your business idea. So before we make any crazy wild decisions in life, maxing out credit cards and taking out second mortgages, quitting jobs, we want to make sure we validate. And this is the first step along that way. So, and this is just one night of many. Whether the judges want to admit it or not, there are just 3 judges of a world of almost 8 billion people. So they are not the end all, be all. Listen to what they have to say, connect with them, and learn from this. So you are, you should all be really, really proud. It takes a lot of courage to do what you all just did. So congratulations. At this point, I will, so I'll open up to questions. In the meantime, remind you that regardless, so if you don't make it to the top 3, Pitch Perfect, the 4th edition, that will be on September 25th on Zoom. I will throw that in chat. And that is the registration link for that. And for those that want to watch the next micro pitch, that is going to take place on October 9th, also on Zoom. So if you want to watch, you can register there. And then if you want to watch the championship pitch, that is going to take place on November 6th, also on Zoom, and you can register to watch there. We have opened up the 10 slots for micro pitch number 4. And we do have that password protected. So direct message me, send me an email, or direct message me and or Emmanuel, email us, and we'll get you the instructions. But take advantage of it. Don't let any time pass. Take what you learned here and then move forward. So
I think Jakayla has a question.
yeah. Go ahead with your question.
I'm sorry, I was muted. Okay, so let's say we get selected today in the top 3. And then we compete on November 6th for $5,000. One person will get 5,000.
Great question. Top 3 of those 12 will each get 5,000.
Cool, 3. Okay, top 3. Now
and then
on
places
October...
12 through 4 will each get 500.
Oh, okay. Now the pitch on October 9th, will there be different judges?
Great question. Don't know the answer to that yet. We haven't vetted those judges. We do have a pool of judges that we tap. So depending on availability and schedules and all that stuff, it just all determines. I don't know. I can look super quick to see. Carlton will be back in October, and we have a different. We have one other judge that is locked in, who is from San Francisco, experienced in investing, and we're still waiting to lock in that third. that third judge. So one returning, one will be new. And then the championship pitch, the difference there is that there are 5 judges as opposed to 3.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Alexander, you had a
Alexander
question?
has it. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how, oh, there we go, lower hand. Not a question, I just listening to the pitches. I love how this works in entrepreneurship. Crystal, if you could reach out over LinkedIn, my intern just chopped off catfish heads for 3 weeks at a fish factory and
Wow.
complained about what you invented every single day of it. And I just was like, all right, this seems like a nice time to connect.
Yeah.
And then Jamal, I'd love to chat with you too, because we work directly with the Veteran Affairs now, and they have a suicide prevention mandate for 2025. And I think it'd be good to hop on a Zoom call with you. We should chat about that stuff.
Definitely, man. We already have a working app already put together.
Nice.
Just looking for the networking at this point.
Sweet.
Alrighty. I was feeling lazy. I just couldn't find you guys on LinkedIn. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm not actually on LinkedIn. I was told I need to get on there though.
Yeah, that's where the magic happens. That's what I love about the entrepreneurial community, and what you guys are doing right now is so important. I mean, like you all are the next wave of people. Like for us, we have to keep this pipeline moving forward of new people. So for those that were at the Startup World Cup, I mean, like that was a no kidding legit competition of like the best within Virginia. But this is a starting point, and we're very, very intentional on how we do everything. So this will help get you prepared for accelerators. We've had many, many companies once they've gone through Start Peninsula to feed right into an accelerator. Start Peninsula companies have gone on to raise millions of dollars in funding. One company has gone on to scale. There are over 650 people now with instant teams, raised more than $13 million in funding. So what you're doing is really, really important. And yeah, it's just we're counting on you to continue to fill the pipeline. It really is my mission and the mission of Innovate Hampton Roads to put Hampton Roads on the map. We want to show the world that Hampton Roads is a market that you need to pay attention to and watch, invest in, and we're doing a great job of that. The number of investors that are contacting me looking for intros, looking to meet companies continues to increase. The Startup World Cup hosting that was another case in point that we're making a lot of positive progress. So we're doing it, everybody. We're doing it, and you all play a really, really big part in it.
I just wanted to say also that as Tim and I have been doing this since about, at least I've been joining him since about 2017, 18. And as we've done this over the years, and we see these, it's really exciting to see how everyone, like the whole movement gets stronger and stronger. And you can see it in these pitches that people aren't just, it used to be somebody would have some crazy idea and it would be unfleshed out and they would come and just sort of die on stage. and now everybody's got an idea and they've thought it through and they do it really well and they explain it and they don't freak out and all of that's great. And I've just really enjoyed, especially tonight, watching all of you just do really, really well and be able to explain your idea because nobody loves your baby like you do, right? And so just being able to, I just think it was cool. So I just wanted to say that because it's obvious when you've been looking at this for 8 or 9 years that you go, wow, that's pretty cool.
Totally agree. Totally agree. It's I'm continue to be amazed at gosh, this is year 13 for Start Peninsula. So like the first I don't know how long, well, I guess since COVID is when we switched over to the virtual thing. So 40 companies a year for the last 4 or 5 years and 30 companies a year prior to that. So you do the math. I mean, it's a lot of companies, and 100% of the time you will get out of it what you put into it. If you don't make it through and you get upset and you quit and you don't take responsibility or ownership of any shortcomings, it just, sorry, but you're not going to get anything out of it. Those people that get up, dust themselves off and come back, those are the ones that go on to be really successful. And not everyone gets it on their first try.
And I think it's really cool that this even exists in these kinds of opportunities, because when I started my business 26 years ago, it was the wild, wild west and there was no help. And you just hung your shingle out and hope for the best. And hope is a terrible strategy. And now there are so many ways that you can see other people do it and copy them and follow them and learn from their mistakes. And now you just see such a robust community of entrepreneurs at all different levels that just wasn't there when I did it. As I said, 26 years ago. That I survived 26 years is probably a miracle as well, but there just really wasn't any help. And but this is great. And you guys, I think even you don't even know that you know stuff that other people have learned by stubbing their toes through this whole mess for 20, 30 years. And it keeps paying back to the new ones that are trying things. And it's really cool to see.
Any other questions from anyone?
I appreciate you guys having me on.
Appreciate you all. I mean, one of the things we try to turn over every single rock that we possibly can to find founders everywhere. As we know, they're hidden all over the place, and as hard as we try, we don't find everybody. But we do try. We continue to, we reach out everywhere that we possibly can think of. So tell your friends.
Something else to think about is that just like Alexander did with some networking and stuff with Jamal and with Crystal, is that if you need something in your business and you're looking for someone that might be a sounding board, or I mean, you all have different businesses, so it's not like somebody's stealing somebody else's idea. But sometimes when we used to do these in person, and I think even in these virtual ones, people would see somebody in their pitch and they would say, wow, it'd be really cool. I'm going to reach out to that person and see if they could help me with this thing that they do really well. They seem to be further along in this piece of their development. Maybe I could learn some stuff from them. So you've all been through a unique experience tonight. And I say reach out and pick each other's brains about what works, what doesn't work. Because if you can learn without having to go through the trauma of some of the stuff, that would be awesome too. And so you got 10 people that all went through the same experience that you did and are probably willing to share a couple of lessons learned. So
yeah, we do continue. We continually try to improve this program. It's evolved a lot over the course of the years. We may go back to doing like an in-person championship pitch. We'll see. But some of the things that's nice about doing this virtually is that traffic is out of the equation. Finding a space is out of the no longer part of the equation. The cost of the space, because we're able to take the funding that the localities so generously provide. That's so. The $500 for places 4 through 12 as obviously you need a lot more money than $500, but we want to give back as much as we can to the founders. So by doing it virtual, it allows us to do that. But again, we're super appreciative of the localities for doing this. Newport News, to be in the host locality this year, and next year we'll kick it over to Hampton, and the year before that was Greater Williamsburg, which is James City County, York County, the city of Williamsburg, and Poquoson. So you know, they put money in every year to make this happen. So shout out to them.
Hey, Tim, the judges are back.
Oh,
If
they
you
are.
have some general comments to share.
Awesome. Yeah, I would love to hear some general comments, and I'm super appreciative of the judges. I even hear that it's Aaron's birthday. Yeah, so of all the things that Aaron could be doing on his birthday, he is here listening to you all pitch. So that's super cool. Happy birthday, Aaron.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Great
birthday.
gift.
Happy birthday. It's my mom's birthday too, if she's watching. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. It's been a privilege being here and just being in this space and collaborating with you all. Thank you.
Yeah, so judges, do you have anything that before that we have the big reveal? Well, I don't know who the winners are. So
Well, Dan and I know, and the judges know, I guess, but
I still want to hear what the judges have to
results.
say. Let's build a little suspense. We're early.
Because we got to hear from the judges, some general comments. We got to have our picture. So,
Okay, general comments.
yep.
All right, I'll go ahead. So in general, I say this almost every time, but it's always true that if you didn't quote unquote win tonight, you still won by being here. I'm not talking about participation trophy. I'm talking about learning experience. And please take this, refine, and then come back again. All right. Second general comment I'll make is if you felt like you absolutely should have been in the top 3 and you're absolutely flabbergasted as to why you didn't make it, there probably is a reason, and we're happy to share that with you offline individually, and we can pop our contact info into the chat. But it's probably just because there are a couple of more questions we'd like to have answered and concerns to address. And then third would be that for those of you guys who pitch something that are kind of these more like location-based type things or niche type services, when you're pitching to high growth judges or investors, you want to make it all about your systems, processes, best practices, and programs about how you can take it and expand it. Because I love a lot of these ideas, but in terms of high growth, we need to see duplication and expansion. So it's all about scalability. So really focus on your systems. And I'll turn it over to my other judges.
Yes, I'll follow up. Just a general note on the BFM fund. So founders of color here in the group, please, you're welcome to follow BFM Fund on LinkedIn. Please look at our website. We are really focused on not just being investors, but also community builders. So if there's any way that we can support you by connecting you to resources, leveraging our network, please reach out and we would be happy to do so. And in regards to the pitches, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure hearing all your ideas, and I'm wishing you the best of luck in all your endeavors. I would second exactly what Chris said. Something that I'm learning in this space is that scalability is really the universal language between founders and investors. So focus on generating that momentum and gaining that traction, and that will always be a compelling feature of your story. Thank you so much.
Carlton, do you want to share something?
Yep, I do. And to ditto both what Aaron and Chris said, overall, this has been a really great pitch session. I really enjoyed hearing what you all had to say. The innovative ideas, things I had not considered before. So it's great to hear fellow entrepreneurs share what's being laid on their hearts. The only other thing I would add is that as you're giving your presentations, I'm a data guy. I really like seeing numbers. I really like understanding revenue growth strategies, your marketing and all of that. And so for some of you, you had that information in there. For some of you, you didn't. And for others, you rushed through it. So I didn't really get a chance to consume that. And I know you only had 2 minutes to do that.
but I would give a little bit more time to what you're presenting, because I really do, for me anyway, it really makes a difference in how I parse through information. But you all have very much to be proud of today. I mean, you had some really, really great ideas, and don't let this be the end of your journey if you don't win today. And my contact information is also in the chat.
Awesome.
Chris has put his stuff in the chat as well. Okay, Tim, did you want to take a picture of all of us?
I would love to. So if we all sit up straight and smile real pretty. Get this ready. All right. One. All right, now we're great. 1, 2, 3. We'll do one more. Someone's always blinking. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. You guys are great.
Okay, you want some results? Oh, my screen's gone blank. I can't. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. In no particular order. The first one I'm going to say is Style Magnet. The second one I'm going to say is Seed Sisters. And the third one I'm going to say is B and C's Gloves.
All right. Woohoo.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Great job, everybody.
Yeah, so we'll see the three of you at the big show in November, if not before.
Luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, everybody.
Great job,
pitches.
everyone. Thank you, judges. You're amazing for your time. And
thank you,
Aaron, happy birthday to you. Thank you again to the localities, Post Locality Newport News, Hampton, York County, James City County, City of Williamsburg, Poquoson. We could not do this without you. Thank you so much. To the core team, Emmanuel, you're the man. We're coming off the heels of the Startup World Cup, and that was a super heavy lift. And then we had to turn and burn to make this happen. So super proud that we were able to do that. Gary, thank you. It's always a joy doing this with you. Dan the man behind the scenes, making everything happen. It's always fun. So thank you all. Thanks everyone for joining. We will see you at Pitch Perfect, September 25th. We'll see you at the next micro pitch, October 9th. And we'll be contacting all the pitchers on how to reapply if they so choose. Highly encourage you do. Thank you all, everybody. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.